Dude, I want to tell you too.
Go ahead.
I want to go lower now in tension. This is the 47 or 48 tension.
Yeah, go ahead. This is interesting.
And now I'm like, man, this is too tight. I want to go like 45. Like,
Shamir, what I've been telling you all these
I know.
years.
I was always stringing.
You're
at like
scared to go low,
something.
man. You're scared to go low.
I know. But now I'm like, I don't even want 48 tension. I want like 40. I think 45 would be the sweet spot.
Go crazy and go in the low 40s and see what happens.
Okay, I'll do 42 and 45 the next one.
Try it out.
Yeah.
Because that string that you have responds really well to low tension. Like
good.
not all strings respond well to low tension, you know? So like,
The
but
4G?
the 4G can be strung in the 30s.
In the 30s?
Yes, it can.
Oh,
100%.
I didn't know
It'll
that.
play fine in the 30s.
Okay, so then how about I'll do 140 and 145.
Try 40. And well, see, the thing is, like, with the lower tension, you might lose a little bit of control, but you're going to gain power, right? You're going to get more responsiveness from the string.
Yeah.
Now, the 4G, it being a copolyester, counteracts the responsiveness. So in other words, it's still going to give you control because it's generally more a low-powered string.
Okay.
Now it does have some power compared to other strings. I'm not saying it's
Like
I'm not saying it's as low power as hollow power, but generally speaking, the fact that it's low power and the materials allow that string to be strung very low.
Okay.
So you're not gonna lose control if you string it at 35. Now the stringer that you take it to might tell you that. If you go to a stringer, tell him I'd like to string at 35, he's gonna look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah, I'm even
But you
thinking
just
that's crazy.
but you just ignore the stringer
Yeah.
and listen to Nick, and you're gonna see it's not gonna spray all over the place. And if it does, then you go to 40.
I'll do 140, 145.
All right, man.
I think that's because I was at 55.
What is it now? You said 46,
This one's at 48.
and you love it.
I like it, but I want it a little looser.
Now you used to string it at 55, right?
Yeah. But then I went to 50. So this one's at 50.
Yeah.
And this is 48. But I'm thinking like 45, between 40 and 45.
You still loving the Percept Age?
Oh yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. You're the heavy racket king.
Yeah, I'm never tired from it. Like it doesn't. My arm is never tired. You know. So
You're good.
You
always play with heavy rackets.
Yeah,
so.
I've always had a heavy racket. So.
Now, you know, have you ever tried a lighter racket?
Yeah, I
And what happens?
I just don't like the feeling.
You don't like the feel of it? Do you feel like it's flailing all over the place?
Yeah, I mean, some are okay,
Yeah.
but I just like the heavy.
Did you try the other Percepts in the line
No.
before? Oh, you didn't.
I've only
you
just
went straight to this
the
one.
heavy one, yeah.
All right,
I
man.
just feel like it helps my backhand and more than hurt it. I feel like it was harder with the softer, lighter racket.
Harder and how so? Can you explain?
I feel like I had to swing a little more aggressively with the lighter racket.
You feel like you get more acceleration with a heavier racket.
Not more acceleration, I just feel like I get more help because it's heavy.
Let's say that we have two rackets. One is 100 grams
Okay.
and one is 500 grams.
Okay.
Which racket would you be able to accelerate faster?
The lighter one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you accelerate faster.
Yeah.
But
Now you do
this one's
get
got more weight to
now
it.
let's say that like the 100 gram racket and the 500 gram racket, extreme examples,
Yeah.
I accelerated at the same speed and they're making a collision with the ball.
Same speed?
Same acceleration.
Same acceleration.
Yeah, they make
one's 100, one's 500?
Yeah, they make a collision with the ball.
Okay.
Which one gives more power to the ball?
500.
Of course.
Yes.
And more stability.
Yes.
So that's true. You get more power, but you need to be able to accelerate the racket.
So it's harder
So
to
the big question is,
accelerate.
can you accelerate the racket and can you maneuver it properly? That's
Yeah.
why, you know, people always say heavy rackets are great,
If you can
and then
accelerate.
they are great if it's the right racket for you. Let's say, for example, very young junior, a senior player that's maybe not that great athletically speaking, maybe a complete beginner that's not that athletic.
Yeah.
If they get a racket that's too heavy, it's going to be more difficult to learn technique. Why? Because it's going to be tougher for them to accelerate the racket, and the racket is going to be less maneuverable. Of
Yeah.
course, maneuverability has to do with swing weight as well.
Right.
So it helps to play with a lighter racket to learn tennis.
To learn
And
tennis.
then as you progress in tennis, you go heavier and heavier until you find the optimal weight for you, which is a weight that you can comfortably accelerate, where you can comfortably maneuver the racket.
Yeah.
So the question that you ask that you have to ask yourself,
Can I accelerate?
can
with
you
this head?
accelerate?
Yeah, I can.
You
yeah.
can. I agree. I don't
Yeah, I
see.
just don't do it all the time. But that's not because of not ability to accelerate. It's because of
No,
my.
no, it gets more complex
Yeah,
than
it
that.
gets more exactly.
But
Yeah.
you know what? I listen to you as a player,
Yeah.
and I take the information and I have to go along with you because I don't want to tell you something that you don't like. And I share this from personal experience because throughout my playing days, people have always told me that I'm playing with the wrong racket.
Yeah.
Every coach that I was ever in contact with has told me I'm playing with the wrong racket, except my dad. So Mel Purcell in college was fantasizing about me playing with a head Prestige because I had a pretty decent serve, and Goran Ivanišević, you know, he played with a head Prestige.
Yeah, that is.
And people
that's
were-
a sick racket. That
It
was
is.
that was one of the best
But
rackets.
I couldn't play with it.
Yeah, you just didn't like.
Off center shots were terrible. I got less power on my serve,
Yeah.
and I did not like the feel of playing with that racket. So people were telling me something from the outside that I didn't like,
Yeah.
and I knew what I liked regarding rackets.
Yeah.
So this is,
What was your choice of racket?
it was always Wilson.
What was it? Okay.
When I was in college, it was Wilson Hyperhammer 7.1 maybe, and then the last 3 years was the Hyperhammer 5.2.
I don't even remember.
Yeah.
Was that in the 80s? 90s? Wait,
Late-
college.
There was
college.
2000s.
Oh, wait. This is when you were in college. Sorry, not when
Yes.
you. Okay, sorry. So
No,
in the
in
2000s.
when
yeah.
I grew up, I played with a bunch of different rackets. Dane, I played with the Agassi Dane.
Yeah.
I had a deal with Procanex. I played
Broken eggs.
a long time with Procanex rackets, many different ones.
Yeah.
But anyway, my point is,
Yeah.
I don't want to make a suggestion. Hey, Shamir, play with a light racket,
Yeah.
and now you're going to be miserable and not like it.
Right.
I want you to be comfortable. I want you to like the racket that you're playing with. And that's why I always leave it up to the player. If you come to me and you tell me, I don't have any pain, I feel like I can handle the racket fine,
Yeah.
we don't have to
I
talk
mean,
about it at all.
I've accelerated with this, right?
Yeah, you can hit the
So
ball
it's-
hard.
Yeah. So it's not.
So,
Yeah.
but it goes deeper than that, right? So
Yeah,
I would
right.
never ever make a suggestion for you to switch the racket.
Yeah.
So
And it's a
what
beautiful
I can do though, which is something that everybody should do,
Yeah.
and something that's going to depend on the weather conditions and you know how you're feeling, is to have different tensions.
Yeah.
You know, even in your bag, you should have rackets that are strung differently,
Mm-hmm.
tighter, looser, because some days you might want to have a little bit looser to get more pop. Maybe you're not getting the power, maybe you're a little bit tight, stiff, whatever.
Yeah.
Maybe the weather conditions are slower, balls are heavier, you know, it's cold. You want to have a looser racket, and then maybe some days the ball's flying and you want more control, that's why you should have a tighter racket. In your bag, the discrepancy should probably be 5 pounds.
Okay.
And tension is always something you gotta play with, experiment with. And I do think, Shamir,
Yeah.
that your rackets were strung way too tight in the past.
I agree.
Because
yeah.
when I went like this, and my arm almost fell off. All right.
Yeah. Even so. Yeah. So I put a little yellow thing here. So this is the lighter one.
All right.
Or
you,
the
so
the
you,
less
you
tension.
promise you're gonna experiment with
40 and 45.
40 and 45.
Yeah. This one's 48.
All right. Good.
Yeah.
Good.
I can't imagine 35 though. That seems like really loose. I never.
Well, 35 is really loose with the wrong string.
with the wrong string. Yeah.
So let's say you string natural
Multi-
gut at 35.
or multi-filament.
Depends on the multifilament, but let's just say you string natural gut at 35. It's gonna be a problem controlling the ball.
Yeah, but no one
You know?
plays with natural gut, right?
Oh, they all do in a hybrid setup.
Oh, they put natural gut on the mains
Well, depends.
or the crosses. One of the,
Yeah,
okay.
depends on the player.
But it
But
doesn't
yeah,
last that
a lot of
long,
people
right?
still play with natural gut. Yeah.
It doesn't last that long, especially in Florida, right?
I mean, it's very expensive and doesn't last long. And if you want natural gut type playability, there are some good multifilaments
Yeah.
that feel somewhat like natural gut that you can experiment with.
Like
But
Technofiber, they have some.
oh, there's a lot of different kinds. But
Yeah.
you know, I feel like the 4G is a good string for you.
Yeah.
What you can experiment with is going a little bit thinner in the gauge. Again, if you're looking for responsiveness, what gauge is that?
I
Let me see.
think it's the 16 gauge.
All right, so you should try to experiment with 17 gauge.
17 gauge, yeah.
17 gauge and looser, you're gonna get more responsiveness.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that next one.